Hey everyone, welcome to Kats Creations live on a Sunday night, where tonight we are going to be making a peacock wreath. So if you've ever wanted to make one, hopefully this design and the colors will help inspire you to make yours. So if you're new and joining us for the first time, I'd like to welcome you. Let us know where you're from. You never know, you might make a crafting connection here with someone who is pretty local to you. If you like this design and once you get on your materials, you need to remember where this was, just click the share button. The share button will share this video to your page, so much easier to find than trying to do it from mine or trying to find it on my page. You can also find all my videos on YouTube at KatsCreations777. That's my YouTube channel. If you want to get notified whenever we go live, this is for Facebook people. Make sure you click the like and follow button. You need to do both of those so that you can change your notifications and remove it from the default standard to all posts. And then that way, whenever we go live, if you're browsing and on your phone, you should be notified that we have a Facebook Live video going. If you're on YouTube and you want to know when we're ready to upload a video, click the subscription bell, which is in the upper, trying to think about this from my computer, upper right hand corner, the little bell. Click on that. That allows you to subscribe so that you'll get notified whenever we upload a new video. And tonight, like I said, we're making a peacock wreath. The sign that we're using is just an 8-inch round. I'm trying to incorporate more of an actual peacock look to the wreath instead of just like a generalized welcome sign. So we're going to see how well it goes tonight. I haven't put it together, so it's going to be like, you're going to see how it goes together with me. This sign came from Personally Yours. You will find her on
PLY Design.
Yeah, PLY-Wreathsigns.com is the name of her shop. So she doesn't have an Etsy shop. She's just regular. I'm selling directly off of her own website, so plwreathsigns.com if you want to get that particular sign. Making sure I did all of my stuff. I think we're good. If you guys are interested in joining the private group, we are doing a Back to Basics class, which we do every January, and we run it through until we cover everything. So we meet every Sunday at 3 Pacific, 5 Central, and 6 Eastern time, and we've been going over Deco mesh base methods. So we just finished, we did the ruffle, the curl, the cruffle, and then we're going to do a combo of those designs on our next Sunday. So if you're interested in joining that, it's a really good opportunity for new wreath makers or even seasoned wreath makers who may want to I'm trying to think of the exact word, to kind of like get your wreath methods a little bit easier, cleaner, no phrase, that kind of thing. So if you're interested in that, it's at KatsCreationsNMore.com. And there will be a link there to either join yearly, which gives you 2 months free. You pay for 10 months, you get 2 months free. And we went back to the $17 a month. So we're going to leave it there for now until things change. In a COVID world, it's really, really hard right now when so many people are still shut down, still out of work. Like here in California, we are just like we were a year ago, almost a year ago today. So not much has changed for us here in California. Praying for those of you guys that are getting inundated by cold weather, snow, ice, and everything else. I'm praying for our California sunshine to go your way. Send us all that snow and ice and rain. So while Steve is letting me know that we have someone there, I'm going to see if my tablet will work. It didn't work when we were in the private group. I had comments coming in, but my video was just static. It would not change.
There's a lot of gals out there. Happy Valentine's Day. So
happy Valentine's Day to you guys too.
Stormy, Allie, Sharon, Jennifer, Peggy, Nancy, Barb, Courtney, Sue, Krista, Myrna, Della, Linda, Sandra, Donna, Tony. Happy Valentine's Day, Tony, Linda, Lenore, Colleen, Kathy, and many, many more.
Okay. Perfect. So we are doing the Cruffle method tonight. It's also known as the woodland ruffle. So depending upon how thick your mesh is, you may go 25 inches, you may go 30 or more. All of the mesh that I'm using tonight it's all cut to 25 inches, regardless of the thinness. Like, I think the green is probably the thickest one I have, and it's the wide foil, and everything else is the standard metallic foil. So the first thing we're gonna do to get started is we're gonna finish wiring a 14-inch wire wreath form. This one is from the Dollar Tree. So like always, I always walk you guys through this because we always have new people joining. So we can't always assume that everybody knows how to do this. So on a Dollar Tree 14-inch wire wreath frame, you have 6 sections. I've done 5. They're all wired exactly the same. So, and it's not like you have to do it this way. You can work whatever design, however you want to lay out your wreath form, whatever works for you. That's great. This one works for me. So we're going to wire together the 2 innermost rings. We're using the welds that separate the sections, and we're just kind of going right in the middle of these weld marks. So we've got our first one here, and then we're going to take the next 2 and we're going to wire together the outer 2. Again, using the weld, and now the center, try to find a midway point, and then just go ahead and put those together. And then we're going to do the same thing with the green. So it's about 2 or 3 inches. I think we figured out today that the ones in the middle are almost 3.5, and then it goes down to about 2 or 3 inches, and so on and so forth. So now we are going to, and I hear my volume here. So let me turn this way down because I don't like to hear myself. So from here, we are now going to wire together. There's 3 different colors. So I chose a metallic teal. So depending upon which way this reflects the sun, it's either more blue or more green. So we're going to use this. We're going to use a wide foil green, and then we're going to use this royal blue. So these colors in a Cruffle method, looking at the wreath behind me, the Cruffle method is going to kind of give you these little curls and ruffles. So that is my design idea, is that the Cruffles will kind of mimic the way the feathers lay on a peacock. So we shall see if it works out or not. So to Cruffle, push this all the way out. You are going to fold your first piece, so it's about 1 inch, and then just roll. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use a chip clip, binder clip, clothespin. I can't think of anything else that you could use, anything to kind of hold that in place. What this does is, because we've cut this edge, this is where it will fray. You've got a finished edge on the top and the bottom that, you know, you're not going to get frays from. So this method helps contain all those frays, and then you're going to pull the rest of it towards you. Unclip your chip clip. And then I always start on the inside. It's just habit. And then I am going to remove the 6 as I get to them, just so that that moves us along a little more. And I'm just going to leave the outside 12 for this particular design. That would help. And so now we'll do our green the exact same way. This is why using the chip clip, you need something heavier just to hold that end down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chip clip, flip it around, and do the same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to pull and bring that.
Marta asks, is it 25 inches that you cut this to?
Yes, these ones are cut to 25.
Yep.
Yeah. And I just color coordinated my pipe cleaners just to color coordinate them. I wish I would have had teal, then I would have done one for every color ruffle that I'm doing, and then just kind of laid out my mesh in that pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back to the other side. Obviously, the closer you get to the end of your mesh roll, the harder it is to keep it laying flat. It wants to flip and roll towards you.
So Deanna Brandon said, I couldn't find a private group. If you're in the private group, Deanna, all you really have to do is go into Kats Creations private group and search for the video. Normally it's usually on the top or close to the top when she does her lives.
Yeah, and always remember Sundays are a little bit different because Sundays we go a little bit earlier. So it's always Sundays at 3 Pacific, 5 Central, and then 6 Eastern time. And then some people will tell me, well, I'm in there at 3 o'clock and I'm not seeing you. You have to go out and constantly refresh until that video pops up at, I mean, we try to nail it as close to 3 o'clock as possible, but people's clocks may be off from ours. So just keep refreshing your screen and you'll see us.
Linda said you color coordinated your sweater. Yes, you did.
I was going to wear a green apron.
That would be fun.
I know. Steve was like, that looks cute. You should wear the green apron with the blue shirt. And I was like, yeah. No, I think I'm okay. So we just did all blue.
Tony said, Kat, that shade of blue looks beautiful on you. Yes, it does.
Thank you.
Those fabulous colors. Where's the mesh from?
All this mesh came from Craft Outlet or the Reshop or Trendy Trade. It's the same mesh that all those suppliers carry. So I'm making sure, I probably should move this one. Should have caught this one that I already did this in the teal. So I'm going to move this down so that I have green, blue, and teal. And then I'll move the green up to the inside. That way I'm alternating the interior colors and alternating the exterior colors. This is why sometimes the pipe cleaners help. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll just swap places with these two.
Barb, thank you. Earlier she said, I've learned so much from Kat.
Thanks, Barb.
And then, hi, Debbie from Missouri. She said, Sprinkle, thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Deanna said, where would I be getting notices at? I'm not getting them.
Well, Facebook's being a little weird. I didn't even get notices on my own page, and I keep my tablet on a different Facebook page so that I get notified. And so Facebook's kind of being weird right now. It's not notifying. So that generally tells us that they're getting ready to launch something. What it is, don't know. But what we have come to experience is in the Facebook world, when things don't work like they're supposed to, Facebook's changing things. So make sure your notifications are set. 2, 3. And so like we were having all kinds of issues in the private group live. I could read comments. Comments were coming in, but my video stayed static. It never went live. But the comments did.
And for new gals who are just joining or you haven't done this yet, if you click on the video, if you're using a mobile device, you should see 3 dots on the top right. If you click on those 3 dots, you then will see turn on live notifications. So you'll need to click on that and that will start giving you notifications.
Sometimes too, like, because I see on my screen, I don't have the 3 dots. You need to click on the actual video to bring that back up to the top. So let's see, we're going to go with a royal blue on the inside and royal blue on the outside as well.
Keisha, yeah, she's alternating the colors inside, outside, inside, outside.
Yeah, I'm doing, you'll see that I'm like changing colors and then I'm watching the outside color bands and making sure that everything is mixing. So like I've done teal, then I did green, and now that I'm on the inside, it's going to go back to this blue. And then it'll go It should go blue to the bottom here, but I might just swap places so I don't have two colors next to each other. So I think I will. And then I'll just move the blue over.
Guys, I've used the Cruffle method and I love it. I learned it from watching you. Thank you so much for being a great teacher.
Aw, thank you.
And then, oh, sorry about that, Anne. She said, due to COVID-19, our room has been closed, so I'm unable to do any crafts. I'm in a senior building. Alone with crafts is what I've been wanting to do.
Aww.
I live in Alberta, Canada. You stay safe out there too, Anne, everybody.
Yes, especially right now. Just weird weather, weird everything. Okay. So that'll work out good.
So if there's 18 total pipe cleaners, she cut 6
of each color. Yeah.
At 25 inches.
Yep.
And Camille, yes, you did use the wood burning tool to cut her mesh.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, always, especially in this type of mesh. Even though we're doing the Cruffle method to kind of help with the phrase, this works out better. Just to kind of help do anything possible to keep the phrase down. Whoop. Let us... I kept the Cruffles, but the ruffle kind of uncurled the minute I went to put it in my pipe cleaner.
Valerie, we are in Southern California.
There we go. Okay, so we did blue, now we're back to teal. So I'm kind of keeping the colors to where they're not laying right next to each other. So sometimes if you have to make that executive decision and go, well, technically the outside pattern didn't follow exactly, I'm just breaking the colors up so that they're not right next to each other like the dark blue and dark blue.
Lydia, that's an awesome compliment too. She says, oh, I've taught myself a lot by watching your videos. Love your technique.
Thank you. I have to give kudos to the private group because they do a really good job, because what we've started incorporating this year is feedback. So after we do the video, we ask for feedback and say, what did you guys like? What do you wish we would included? What should we continue to keep doing so that this way it becomes exactly what we wanted it to be? It's all about, you guys and what you need to learn in order to get better at your wreath making techniques.
Well, that's awesome, Jenny. She's got a friend to join just to be able to watch you.
Oh,
and Dawn, oh, that's right. Dawn is local. She said hello from Apple Valley.
That's right.
Dawn Flanagan.
You are not that far away.
That's right. Jill asked if you could explain what the wood burning method is. There's also, Kat also has in the public videos as well on YouTube. She's got a wood burning video.
Well, it's not just the video. It is, if you look up the April Showers wreath, in that video, I teach you how to wood burn your Deco mesh, how to do it, what you need. Basically, you just need a wood burning tool that can go to about, I think I have mine set to 425. And what that does is just by going through rows and columns, if you do it proficient enough, you should, number one, get straight cuts on all of your mesh, but it's also going to seal the ends where the wood burning tool is kind of melting and getting those together. So let me just double check. My blue should be green, and we're going to go royal blue.
Yep, so in the public group, if you're using wool, right, there should be a tab that says videos. You should be able to click in that and then search for the April Showers video.
2, 3. Yeah, that's the one I know of off the top. And I just need to do a video on cutting Deco mesh. 1, 2, 3. Because we're always looking for ways. And ever since we started wood burning, it's a huge night and day difference to the results that you'll achieve. So it should have normally been, well, green. We can still do green. And then we'll do teal. What do you guys think of the colors? Do you think that the colors are good for the peacock theme? Because I was like, should I use gold? Because there's just like little threads of gold.
Oh, I like your color.
Well, thanks. You're biased anyway. Would you have used the same colors?
Yeah, but I just would have laid them differently.
How would you? Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
We had this conversation. He's like, what do you think about doing this and that? I'm like, well, I kind of want to see how this was going to work. And we can...
Charlene, do you need to wear a mask for the smell? No, not really.
If you turn a fan on, or you, like for us, we have our front door and back door, and we're on a pretty good breezeway. So when we do that, we have really good airflow between. And so I can sit here and know that either it's going to go that direction out the back door or that direction out the front door. But yes, you should turn a fan on, use something, because you're basically melting plastic.
Edna, there was a private video if you're a private member. She said, did I miss a video earlier, or is this the only one for today? So there was one at 3 p.m. Pacific time in the private group. Which
is now pinned to the top of the page.
Right.
So you can find it. It would be the Cruffle method, and it was the coffee wreath that we just did right behind me.
Yep.
So that's what we taught you how to do, which was fun. Right?
All the colors, Jen. Love the colors.
We're hoping
very vivid.
This comes out the way, because you never know until you put it all together if it's going to come out the same way that you want it. Okay, so we're going to go green, and then this is going to be dark blue.
Jennifer, you can get it from Amazon. I think that's where we got the last wood burning tool from.
Yeah.
It was literally a kit. I think it was $17 or $18. And you want to make sure it has an adjustable temperature range. Like she said, she uses hers at about 425.
425, right? Yeah. So it needs to go that high. 2, 3, 4. And I'm sure you can probably cut it at lower temperatures. It just won't cut it as quickly.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Jenny, this is all just premium mesh, I guess you call it, from Craft Outlet with the white foil.
Not all of it
is. It's a polypropylene mesh, right?
Yes. Yeah. So, like, this is just the regular metallic, and the green's already in here, but the green's the wide foil mesh.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
So, yeah. I prefer to use all wide foil mesh, but sometimes you just gotta use what you have. And that's what I had. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Michelle, awesome. She said, see, I bought my wood burning tool at Michael's for under $10. That's perfect.
Mm-hmm. That's all you'll need.
Cherie, she cuts it exactly what she's using on right now. It's a Quilter's cutting mat. It's a self-healing mat. You can get them on Walmart.
What, the wood burning?
No, the mat, the cutting mat.
Yeah, but I don't wood burn on the self-healing.
Yeah, I mean, right, you use the glass, like a tempered glass.
You have to put a tempered glass over that. You can't use it.
Where I was getting it. Also
yep.
at Walmart.
Deanna got it cut on a glass cutting board. Yep. Exactly. 2, 3. Yep. Exactly, Michelle. Cutting on top. Put the glass cutting board on top so you can still see the lines on the bottom. Got 2 more pieces. And then we should be done. So I've already moved the 6 on the inside. So we just have the 12 to the outside. Here's our last piece. I really wanted the metallics to play to this. I was looking at the peacock feathers because they do have an iridescence to them, so that's why it's so much metallic. Take that off. Okay.
So we don't even use the impulse sealer because we just prefer the wood burning tool.
Yeah.
So much quicker.
For me, the impulse sealer is just too big. That's honestly the reason why I don't use it. It's just way too huge in my craft room. And everything in our craft room is storage is a premium. Okay, so there is the Cruffle base. So the idea behind having the little curls is just kind of like those little eyes on the peacock. So now what I'm going to do is go around and I'm going to put the tails and the half bows in first. Then we'll add the sign, and then we'll add the bow, and then we'll embellish. So I'm using the peacock ribbon. This is from Sam's Club that I think came out at Christmas time a couple years ago. And then I'm also using this different peacock ribbon. It's just got different tones and shades to it. This came from Gordon's, and Gordon's is a store. There's only 2 stores in Louisiana. I don't know that they have Gordon's online like they used to, but these are both cut to 14.5 because I want the ends to this ribbon to go out further than the little coils. So I'm alternating these ribbon tails as we go around so that they will emulate the feathers on a peacock. So I don't open my pipe cleaners. I just continue to add more and more layers to what's, you know, we've done just the curls or the cruffle right now. And then we're going to do the tails. And then we'll come back in and add the half bows to that. So it's kind of interesting because they're both peacock themed. But hopefully this, I've wanted to do this design for a very long time. I've had the ribbon and it was just a matter of, okay, how do I want this to look? So I'm loving the colors. The colors are a good pick.
Wow, Kat, it's an update on temps in Dallas. It's now 14 degrees.
Yeah,
4 inches of snow on the ground.
I was telling Steve, I was like, in Washington State, it's like -12.
And the one up in Alberta, Canada says it's -35.
Wow.
With the wind factor.
It just must have been some serious cold snap. Makes me want to watch The Day After Tomorrow. Because that's what it kind of feels like.
In the southern part of the States.
Kat wants to be up there where it's super, super cold. Steve, not. Kat, yes. Kat would move to Alaska if Kat could.
And you'd quickly move back.
No, I would not. I would stay. I like it cold. As long as you get a fireplace, I'm okay. So what do you guys think of the ribbon for this one? I'm trying to make sure that because it's very close because you've got the little peacock eye from the feather, so I'm having to make sure.
Is the 2.5 inch cut to 14 inches?
14.5. I wanted these to go a little longer. He's like giving me this weird, like shaking his head, like, why do you do that? Why do you change that? Cause here's an inside.
That's good. Michelle said I have the same ribbon. I lost it. Oh, I used this exact ribbon to decorate for Christmas last year. Keisha, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, I bet that looks really pretty.
Yeah.
Okay, making sure. And the peacock ribbon from Sam's is really good quality. Sometimes you get them and they're not so good. They're a little on the thin side. This one's holding its shape very nice. And we're almost all the way around. This should go fairly quick.
Debbie, you have to have that ribbon at Sam's?
At Christmas.
Yeah.
Don't let it get you confused with, now Sam's is carrying spring ribbon, which is really pretty. So if I was you guys, I would go for all that.
Michelle said
solids.
I have the Sam's ribbon. I just went there today for the spring ribbon. Right.
Yes. So solids, always make sure you stock up on solids. It's the one ribbon we forget to add to our inventory because we get caught up on pretty colors and patterns and designs. Okay, 2 more. And then we'll go in and add, this could have been fine, not even adding half bows and just maybe doing the 2.5-inch ribbons, both of them, like really playing to that, the eye. I guess I call it an eye. Is that what it's called on a peacock? The little thing that's supposed to,
yeah, I think so,
make it look like an eye. I like them.
Ginny, no, the sign did not come from Craft Outlet. It came from Personally Yours. Her website is plywreathsigns.com.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now I'm going to take this glittery metallic tinsel ribbon. So these are cut to 18. So we have the green, we have a royal blue, we have a gold, and then we also have that teal. So I'm going to alternate these. It doesn't matter because the pattern on the outside of the ribbon is relatively the same. So I'm just going to grab each one and we're going to make half bows. So when they're cut to 18-inch pieces, you bring your tails together, go up to about 2 inches and pinch, so that if you were to lay this out on a cutting mat, you have exactly 2 inches from here to where you pinch. And we are just going to lay these right inside. And I'm just going to cut my pipe cleaners off at this point, wrap them around the back, and then what I'm going to do is you're going to open the loop. You're going to need to readjust one of your tails because it's upside down. So you just flip it upside or right side up, and then you fan these out so that you have, it looks kind of like a little awareness bow. So we're going to do that around all the outside ribbon tails.
Deborah, yeah, she added ribbon only to the outside.
Yeah, because the sign's going to be in the middle. And then we will add a bow to the outside. More than likely, it's probably going to wind up like this one and be at the bottom.
Carmen said, love, love the glitter ribbon.
The glitter tinsel is really pretty. The green's more of a glitter, and the royal blue and the teal are more of a tinsel, but they still shed.
Yeah, the blue doesn't shed as much. The tinsel doesn't shed as much.
No, the glitter does.
I love the green because it's got the little spots of gold in it.
Yeah, it really does. Okay, keep going. So with this technique, you're only going to need 3 of each ribbon for the tails. So 3 of each of the 4 colors. And you could have just left the gold out and just did all tinsel if you want. I just want to kind of pop the gold just a little bit. And we're back to green.
So then did you cut the 1.5 inches at 17.5?
This is 18.
18.
Sorry. Sometimes I just do it because Steve gets a little too used to things and I'm like, let's cut this to 15 today and let's cut this to 18.5. I could have gone 18.5, but I didn't want him to go beyond the tails.
So Brenda, yeah, the 1.5 inch used for the half bow is cut to 18 inches.
The tails are 14.5. Just because the ribbon was so pretty, I just really wanted to use it. I'm going to pull these in. There we go. And we're back to royal blue. You guys still holding true to the colors?
There's a couple gals. Myrna said I would have left the gold out because it doesn't shine like the other.
And I'm starting to look at that now and think the same thing. I'm like, I can't technically just go in and take that out and just substitute it with another color.
I think you'd still have to cut some more than that.
Just two, three pieces.
3 pieces.
Yeah, just 3.
But yes, Myrna, you are correct. She's noticing that too.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, pretty, 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 flat. So with that being said, let me skip. And then I'll add, Steve likes green. He likes the green because it has just the touch of gold. So I think I will just play to that and add more green.
Yeah.
See why I don't give materials lists before? Like even to private group, I'm like, because I never know. Like this, I'm like, okay, well, it was cool when you were laying all your materials out. So now we probably won't put it in the bow either.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll do that. So now the green will be, and that'll work out because then the green is almost every other one.
Deborah, yep, Kat saw that too, just like Myrna. She doesn't really like the gold now, so she's gonna go back in and replace it.
What I'm doing is just skipping it for now.
Yep.
So I have a couple I need to go back in and add green. And then it'll make a nice effect for the pattern because then it's like blue, green, darker blue, green, lighter blue, green. And then just keep doing that all the way around. That poor gold ribbon just never gets used. I always bring it out and I'm like, no. So yes, we will replace that one. I'm just letting it be an eyesore for now. Because I'm looking at it going, take that off. Yes. I'm looking at it going, it needs to go. Because I was like, oh, everything else is so pretty and glittery and fun. And yeah, we probably won't use it in the bow either.
Angie said maybe a touch of purple. Yeah, I thought about that too. I gave her a purple one. She said, no.
No. And did you give me purple?
I showed you that one that it had the purple design. It had like purple, green, and blue in it.
Okay, let me just do the green. So we need 3 green. Not a problem. This will give me a chance to show you how to dovetail. So, and I cut that one at 17. So now I'll be redoing that. Hang on to that because it needs to be 18. 18. Don't want that one. We'll use it. It just won't be in this particular design. And the first one I cut at 17. And I'm like, oh. Okay, so dovetail is when you bring your wired edges together and then you're going to cut from the folded side to the point where the wire is. And depending upon how deep you come down on that fold will determine how deep that V is in your ribbon. So let's do that one. And then you can start doubling them, which is what I do. I just do 2 at once. And double these. See how fast that goes? And my scissors, they are the whopping Dollar Tree Bitty Crocker scissors because you don't want to use your good scissors to cut that wire. It'll just dull your really nice scissors. I saved that for like the gold ribbon because it's not as thick. And even though I cut my pipe cleaner, I'll still be okay.
Yep, Deborah, all the 1.5 ribbon is cut to 18 inches. All of the 2.5 inch ribbon is cut to 14.5 inches.
Yes, you got it.
But you could go 14 inches.
You could. I just wanted them longer. So let's go back and grab this one. So how much is the gold one really driving you guys crazy? A lot?
I'm sure it's driving me a lot.
Yeah, it would drive me crazy a lot.
Brenda, the wreath is on the door is what Kat created in the private group earlier today at 3 o'clock. It's a coffee wreath.
It says, may your coffee be strong and your Mondays be short, which is a great slogan. Those would look great in your kitchen. Put it on your pantry door, or like us, we have the window right behind it. Look really good tucked in over your
Mona and Anne are all it's bugging us a lot.
It's coming off right now. I know. So, yes, it's definitely going to come out. I just need to separate my... Even though I cut it super short, there's just enough that's going to allow me to go in. There it goes. It's all gone. Look, I'll even completely remove it. Let's put it on there.
Silently, I can hear them all clapping and screaming, yay!
Thank God. I know. Sometimes you just never know. You know, imagine if I said, oh yeah, go ahead and get that ribbon. And then it was like, I'd rather wait until it's done. Because like I said, I've never done one before, so I don't know how it'll turn out.
I think the 2.5 inch peacock ribbon with the little bits of gold in it is just perfect. That's all you need.
Yeah. Okay.
They're all, yay, yay.
It's gone! Yeah. I know, poor little ribbon. It just never gets used. It always gets pulled out, and then it's like, sorry.
It is a dark gold.
Not feeling it today. Okay, so now our peacock look. He's gonna go right in the center. So all these little pieces are gonna just be out of the way. Let me just kind of do this so you can kind of get a visual. That's kind of where it's gonna go. Are you okay with that?
Yeah. Sure, baby.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All bye-bye gold.
Bye-bye gold. It's
oh,
gone. It's gone. Okay, so peacock ribbon, or peacock sign. I'm just gonna, I have 1.5 millimeter beadsmith metal hole punch. So I'm just going to pop a hole in my sign. Kind of making sure these line up. And we will use green. It's almost hard to even see where I put the hole. There we go. I have really thick pipe cleaners. This one's really thick. There we go. And
did you ever put love it with a lot of blue and green hearts?
I saw that. I like that. That's so pretty.
Love it.
I love that. It's perfect. Okay, now we'll come over here and do the same. Hear how thick those pipe cleaners are. Maybe really thick. Okay, let's get him situated. So we've got to make sure that we can hit the middle. And that's why taking off those ones on the side are going to help. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and just put it, don't want it a little too far down. I'm just going to try to twist it a couple times because I'm trying to hold it up, so the way I had it positioned is it was a little too tight because I still need to pull my curls out. Like this one can stay, and we'll get some of these. So I need to make sure it's right in the center. Okay. Now let us move, not all of them. So we're gonna leave the ones that are situated in the center. I don't want it to go too deep.
Oh, that's awesome, Sheila. She said peacocks were my mom's favorite, so I'm going to try to make one.
Oh, really nice. Okay, so let me make sure. This one I need to pull up. So I'm grabbing the outside ones, which is what I taught the group to do. So you're going to leave all your inside ones under your sign to keep your sign up. And all the outside ones, you want to make sure you've pulled forward. So like we've got the green, we've got this one and that one. Just like so.
Right, Myrna? She said the blue curls look like the body of the peacock. Yep.
That's what they're supposed to be. Steve wanted, here's Steve's plan. He wanted all blue at the bottom and then do all green and then teal at the top. Because he was like, well, you need the body. And I was like, no, we'll leave it there. So that's where it's at now. So let's make the bow and finish it. So we for sure are not going to use the gold to make the bow for the gold. So we will bring all this over for our bow. So let's use this one at the bottom. Now let's use this one. Oops. So I'm going to start with, she said she was going to try, but I don't think so. She said she cooked for 6 hours today. So let's go ahead and cut these. We're going to start the first one with a 10-inch tail. There, that one went. And I'm going to use the Bodabra. So, because it's super simple, it's just a twist and then just load it. So you have right side and then wrong side. So that by the time you bring it over and flip it up, you've made it you've created a loop. So now we want, let's do, I'm going to bring this out to about 6 inches. So I'm going to go 6, then 5, something like that.
Well, I got one fan. She's all, I kind of like Steve. It's Steve's idea.
It probably would have looked good too.
She's all, Cat, don't kick me out.
No. There is no right and wrong to anything.
Yeah, so she's awake. She's just chilling.
She's like, you woke me up. I heard my name. And I'm like, I'm still here. Okay.
And you can make a 75-year-old lady living alone and can't get to her craft room very, very happy by sending her this beautiful, gorgeous wreath to let her know how very special she is.
Yeah. Well, you are very, very special. I love it, though. I think it's going to come out okay. I do want to do one, though, that is a grapevine. But I want to spray paint my grapevine like a teal or a blue, a royal blue color. We'll see. We'll probably do the green on here twice too, since it has the gold in it. So I'm gonna do. This is like 5 1/4 for the loop on this one. So 9 1/2 inch tail, like 5 1/4. It's weird, just a little longer. And then we'll do green, then blue. I think we'll finish it off with the teal, maybe. Royal blue.
I think the blue should be.
The royal blue?
Yeah.
I'll make you happy. We'll finish with the royal blue.
Yes, Gail, you do.
What?
She said I really need to take the plunge and attempt a grapevine soon.
That's what Steve said. He said that if you ever challenged him to another wreath off, that he had to make a wreath, he said he would do it if you made a grapevine. So he said he's going to push you out of your comfort zone.
Dan said, I hope the bow won't disappear. Well, you kind of want it to match the blue of the body of the peacock, though.
I don't think it'll disappear. I think you're going to see it'll, like the coffee one, even though the ribbon is the same, it just kind of follows the pattern the rest of the way around.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We shall see. So this is going to be 9-inch tail, 4 1/2 inch loop.
Thank you, Liz. She said this is my favorite that you have ever done, and it's not even done yet. Love, love, love.
Really?
Just the colors.
I love the colors. These colors.
These colors and like the mermaid colors.
Oh, wait till you see the mermaid wreath coming. Maybe that'll be next week. Friday. Maybe next Friday. Because I need to develop. Because Steve was, oh, that's the ribbon. Okay, so when you went in there to find the ribbon, that's not where you got the ribbon from.
It's from the garage.
It's from the garage.
Yeah.
It's the mermaid ribbon that I have in there. And so he's like, what about this ribbon? I was like, nope, that's for the mermaid wreath. So it's all in purples, greens and blues. It's really pretty. So have the sign. I just need to chop and get it made.
Lynn said one of the other wreath designers does spray paint a lot of his wreaths. They look great.
They really do.
Brenda asked, did Kat say Sam's has ribbon? They have the spring ribbon. Right?
They have spring ribbon. Yeah. So, and that's interesting because this is the first that I've heard that Sam's was carrying spring ribbon. Okay, Costco, you need to jump in. Because we don't have a Sam's up here. We just have Costco. Our Sam's is probably like 40-45 minutes away. So I'm going to do the green and the teal, the exact same 4.5 inch. There's going to be a lot of sparkle.
Deborah, I'll ask Kathy if she will show the coffee one up close at the very end.
Okay. So this one is, let me think, 8.5.
Yeah, there's a lot of daughters that would love mermaid or unicorn wreaths.
Yeah.
They sell pretty well.
And it's funny. What was it that I was looking at? Oh, okay. I'll have to show you guys. I'll have to come back and just post a picture. So I bought unicorn horns a long time ago for the unicorn wreaths. So I have 3 of them left. And I had seen a post yesterday where someone had taken the unicorn gold horns and they spray painted them orange and added the greenery. So they were carrots. And I was like, that is so cool. Because sometimes you got to put a break in between them.
Yeah.
We're almost done. Mike's like, what is she making now? Peacock Wreath. That's what we're making.
Diana said, I watched your video from a year ago, just before this. You were making the fresh milk one. Did you plan that? Yes, you did.
Yes, I did. That one I had planned. Because we did the milk caps on that, which was just such a fun element to create. It was the old-fashioned milk caps.
Cowbells, too?
Had the black cowbells.
Yep.
So I need to order more cowbells. Because I have a couple more of those signs. And so, yeah, especially with the new farmhouse ribbon that's come out this year, that could totally, completely revise a new look for that one. Oops, can't pick that up.
And all those little embellishments you can find on Etsy or Amazon.
And that's what I'm doing. Like, yeah, so like when we thought of the cow, I was like, okay, we need a cowbell because that's like significant. I'm like, because it was along the lines of the chicken wreath where we did the chicken wire ribbon.
Right.
I'm like, what can we do to spice up a cow wreath? And then I was like, what if, like back in the days when people used to have their milk delivered to the porch, they had milk caps, the little plastic milk caps. So then I went to, was it Etsy? Etsy, or I think it was Etsy, and found plastic, like they're wax coated milk caps, and so we incorporated that into the wreath. Just because I like finding fun embellishments to stick in there.
You can never have enough cowbell.
Can never have enough cowbell.
And then what was it? I think the Oriental Training Company had the cowbells, right?
Amazon.
And was it Amazon?
Amazon. Yep. Okay, so each of these ribbon tails has gone down by a 1/2 inch. So with 6 ribbons, or 6 ribbons that I put in here, it started at 10, then went 9.5, 9, 8.5, 8, and now it's finishing at 7.5. The loop size started at 6, then went to 5, then 2 at 4.5, 1 at 4, and then the last one, this blue, is 3.5. So that should finish the ribbon. So let's grab, look, see, you must have known because all I had was blue. So I needed blue pipe cleaner. So we're going to unstack the little sandwich. I call this a sandwich. We're going to do blue so that that will blend. We'll fluff it, and then we'll put it on a wreath. Then we get to embellish. Okay, so that's all done. We shall fluff. And this is just a cutting board. This is an 18 by 24 inch by 3/4 inch thick cutting board. Rumor has it you can go to Home Depot, which I never knew about, and Home Depot has free scrap wood. So you never know. You might get, you can go 18/18, and that would be enough for you. But you can also buy them pre-cut in 24 inch by 24 inch by an inch thick for about $10 and like 70 some cents. Then just go get a C-hook. I think this one's probably an inch.
Yeah,
you want big. You want big so that it's enough for you to work with. And then you can add a little nail for when you're working with floral wire. But the C-hook is to grab hold of this pipe cleaner. So you just loop it on there so that it holds the stack. The stack can still move left and right. And then you're going to unstack. So the goal is you're going to move your tail to the left, your loop to the right. Let's move our pipe cleaner over here. Go to the other side, and you're going to go opposite. So we're going to put our loop to the left and the tail to the right. And if you've done it correctly, your tails will be across from each other and the loops are across from each other. And then you're going to go opposite. So the next one down, I don't want to put my loop over here. I want my loop to be here, and I'm going to move my tail to the side. And then this way, what you're getting, in a sense, is 2 loops, 2 tails, and then by the time we come back over to this side, we have, let me move it. There we go. So you have 2 tails, 2 tails, 2 loops, and they're alternating now. And you're going to do the same thing as you work your stack from the top. So we're going to follow this one because we just did it here. So you're always going to go opposite. So to the green, we're going to go here, and we've got the blue. So we're just separating. Trying to get to my blue. Blue. And because now I don't want the green to sit on top of the green, I'm going to move the green over so that it lines with my, so that they're separate. And then it works out the same way on the opposite side. And then we have our blue, which will just go completely opposite. And blue here. And then now you can fluff. So you're going to pull all your loops up, everything up, open up your loops.
Charlotte's also said, my husband made me one. Debbie said, I love glitter. I think this adds some pow. I was putting my ribbon bundle under the whole screw. Oops. Yeah, you don't want it under the screw. You just want it under the C-hook.
Yes.
And then Keisha said, this is so glam. I love glam.
This one's definitely going to have a lot of that in. So it's a little hard sometimes to put the little curve back in, especially when you're dealing with glitter. But you can definitely work that. And we need this one. And I'm looking. It's so funny because it's like you look at it and you're like, wow, does that loop look bigger? No, it's not. It's just the way the light is catching these. So, if I hold it up, that's what it looks like to you guys. Okay. So now we're going to pop it off. So you're just going to go the opposite direction to pull it off. And I'm going to find my pipe cleaner. Bring this back over. So we want to hang this below the peacock. So it's going to kind of sit. So this is what you can do, because this is what I taught the group. If you have a bow that's here and you have Cruffles, you want to take your Cruffles, you want to push them under your sign. This one's going to be fine, I believe. We shall see. I might pull the blue up, push the green down. There we go. Because I need a flat space for that bow. And it's going to occupy both of these spots. So I'm going to take my bow, because now I can see my frame. And my goal is to get it to the frame. So let us do this first. Let me put it so the loops are where I need the loops to be. Then I can go in and add this right where I want it to be. So I'm trying to get it right where I want my bow. So now, let me fix this. All the fun we have to work with.
You gotta take your tails and move them all kind of down.
Not necessarily.
Not all of them.
Mm-mm. No. Just some. But I definitely want to fluff everything so that the loops are where the loops need to be. I almost need, I was thinking I was going to keep those blue, but I think I'm going to move them back. Sort of elevate.
Camille, no, she typically never really covers the back of her wreaths. She
go.
cleans it up, and then there's a lot of options on how people can hang them if she leaves it open.
I just have so many fluffy ruffles, so there's where it's at for now. And we're going to embellish just a couple places.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Cute. Okay, so Michaels sells real peacock feathers, so we can't have a peacock wreath without incorporating some of the peacock feathers. So what I'm going to do is there's a couple pieces in here, so we're going to separate. We're going to come in and add these, so I'm going to break them all apart for now. So I'm going to cut them as low as I need to. I think I found there's 6 in here.
Delia, yeah, the material list will be available in the private group.
So this one's really big. Maybe there's 5. Nope, just 5. Okay. Trying not to.
Get the other feathers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but these ones are going to come all the way down. So I'm going to look and see which one of these is the longest. I think it's going to be here. I don't want to go too long though, because it still needs to fit in the box.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to go here.
That's a beautiful, love all the colors. And it's oh my goodness, so gorgeous. Especially with the peacock feathers now.
Yeah. Well, you need peacock feathers, right? Because someone would be like, so would you ever use peacock feathers in there? So the answer would be yes, we will. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to place them. So, and then we have the little ones. We'll put these ones. I think that'll work. So, if it works out okay, let's see. Will they stay? It'll kind of look like that. What do you think?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So now I'm just going to, since they're just feathers, I'm going to take my hot glue gun. Sometimes you have to prime it. And we're going to, I'm using Gorilla Glue. So I'm sliding this in right to my deco mesh. Okay. Up and under. There we go. This one, same thing. I'm just kind of following placement of where I put them.
Tanya, because this is in the public group, yes, you can share it. So feel free to like and share it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I'm just kind of following.
These are the signs from Personally Yours or plywreathsigns.com. And I posted a couple posts up above. You should actually be able to click on the link that I put in the post.
There's a lot of feathers. A whole lot of feathers. So these are just getting tucked in on top of the deco mesh Cruffles at like strategic places around the wreath. I'm trying to get them to lay where I want them to stay.
Tiffany, yeah, all the ribbon is wired.
That makes it much easier. So this one is definitely going to be one that if you have it outside, you need to take care that it's covered, because the feathers would not do well with being wet.
Yeah, this is definitely a specialty wreath you don't want to leave outside all the time.
Yeah. And look, there's so many fun little feathers. I want to cut these apart and see what they do. I know for sure I just wanted the eyes. No. At first I was thinking just the eyes. Yeah. Because it has this really pretty purple in here. Or the blue, sorry. Mm-hmm. But I don't think it's a feather. It's more like, feels like wood. So maybe it's just something they enhanced with. So let me show you what it looks like. Let me fluff all my loops because they kind of collapsed as I was gluing feathers in. Get all the feathers before my cats have a heyday with those. So this wreath is available if you are interested in purchasing it. It's on my website though, only. So it's KatsCreationsNMore.com.
I've got that pinned to the...
And this will probably be the only one I make, unless it's like I get a request. A lot of times I just want to do the one, and I'm like, okay, did that. I have Peacock now under my belt. So let me pull these. I think it turned out good.
Yeah, beautiful.
I'm liking where the ribbons played. Okay, so I'm going to move this one down, so I'll bring this one back up. So, set this one here. Let me pull these down because they're all flipped up. So this is what it looks like. Make sure it's straight. what do you guys think? To move this one down towards the bottom. So that you can see all the ribbon.
Tanya asked, how much would you charge for that wreath?
I believe I have this one listed for $90.
Which is an amazing price.
Well, yeah, I think once you start adding things like the feathers, and I honestly could not tell you, because there's no price point on here, so I'd have to look up Michael's feathers, but I just bought one, so it's the one that had the 5 in it, and I think that makes for a really good, I think you kind of get the concept, right? It's not like a general welcome, which you can find something that's, you know, round and just has welcome with a peacock on it, and I think that would look really good. I can't wait for tomorrow, because right now it's too dark, to get photos of this out in the sun so that you hit all those metallic colors in the tinsel and the glitter of the ribbon, and I think that would just make it look even more amazing. Okay, what questions do you guys have? I will definitely put it in my notes that we're working on the mermaid wreath next Friday.
Okay, a couple of guys asked to see the copy.
Oh yeah, sorry. So here is the coffee wreath. So this one's available on my website as well. So there you go. And I think this one, I want to say, this one's a 25 to 26 inch. And I think that one's going to be a little bit bigger because of the feathers. So yeah, there you guys go. Hopefully you found this entertaining. I can't wait to see what you guys turn around and create. Any other last minute questions that I could possibly get? And doing my first peacock wreath, it looks perfect.
Mm-hmm. And I just put on there, she asked how much would you sell it for? You said 90?
Mm-hmm. This one's going for 90. And then I think
not
it's...
including shipping.
Yeah, it's $25 FedEx shipping for anywhere in the continental U.S. Obviously, Alaska and Hawaii would be a little bit more. But yeah. Okay, I think we've answered everybody's questions. And Joan said the same thing. I've been hoarding that ribbon for a year. So yeah, I have been hoarding that ribbon for like 2 years. And I was like, I wasn't finding what I was looking for to finish the design. So then I was telling Steve, I'm like, we're just going to do that. We're going to knock it out and do the peacock wreath and be done. And then I was scared earlier. I was like, what if it doesn't come out good? What if it looks hideous? Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, we just got to trust our gut and go with it and finish the design to the end and see how it all turns out. And I can say I'm happy with it. And
the light in here doesn't even do the wreath justice with how vivid it is.
And says, what about Canada? Well, I know Canada's super, super expensive because I was just looking at just the priority rates. They were almost triple. And to me, it just does not seem worth it.
Unless somebody wants to pay for the shipping.
Yeah, unless you want to pay for the shipping. But shipping is almost like, just to ship a 12 by 12 box to Canada, I wanted to say was like $53, which is crazy. Yeah. So, and this would have to go in a much bigger box.
Brenda asked, I love the coffee wreath. How much? It's on your website, right?
Yeah, they're on my website. I think the coffee wreath is $85 with $25 shipping. So you can find both of those there. So, all right, everyone, we'll have a... Pat says, nothing you make will be hideous. I wouldn't. Well, yes, I would show you. I have done some designs that have caused me to come to tears and pull the whole thing apart. Just because you just have those days where this design does not come out well. So just realize that my best piece of advice for you as a wreath maker is, if you have a design in mind, follow it all the way to the end. A lot of times when you put the deco mesh on, you add the sign, you're like, oh my God, what was I thinking? follow it to the end. And more than likely, by the time you add your ribbons, put your bow on, or add embellishments, you will love the way that it came out. So follow it all the way to the end. And then if you still are just not feeling it, put it away for a day, let all the motions come down off of that, and then go back and look at it. And then decide if you really want to take it apart. All right, everyone, well, have a great rest of your weekend. I guess it's pretty much over. But happy Valentine's Day, and thank you for joining us tonight. Talk to you guys soon. Bye, everyone.